if you've not seen Ashley compete before, one thing you want to be looking out for is her passing and her top pressure. She's well known for it, but also obviously, when you hear ADCC trials silver medalist, almost able, one match away, one win away from being at this, what's going to be the biggest ADCC of all time. So very, very well versed in leg locks, which we're going to see now. This engagement from Nina underneath here, and an inside position and straight into an inside heel hook.
I've got to say, Nina's got some fierce leg lock attacks.
I mean, and Ashley is very versed in it, but I have seen her, lose some submission-only matches when she's got someone who's really, really aggressive on the legs. Maybe this is something that Nina has watched, and maybe she's going to try and take advantage of that. Ashley really wants to, even though she can quite happily play on the legs, what she really wants to be doing is passing the guard, get into a top position. Her pressure from side control is almost legendary. I've been hearing about it for years, and so I think she wants to try and avoid, especially if Nina is super comfortable and well versed in the leg lock game. She's going to not want to play into her game.
No. Looks like we're going out of the safety area here.
Yeah, we're going to restart him in the middle. It's going to be an awkward position to restart. A very good look having, every position of each limb to within a millimeter's tolerance. Restarting with a leg lock position is one of those really tricky ones, because of course we don't restart in a submission because it's almost impossible to get back to where you started.
Yeah,
and you can almost make an argument for that with the leg locks as well, or the leg entanglements, I should say. It's very hard to get back to the position that you're in. And I mean, the strategy so far from Nina looking very, very obvious. She's putting loads of torque through that knee, and I think Ashley's really gonna want to remove that leg from this situation and try and play her guard passing and top pressure a little bit more.
Yeah, Ashley's top pressure, it just looks like a place you don't want to be.
Yep.
She's slowly sort of working through.
Yeah, she's in a stronger position here, but once again, Nina is elevating that leg and able to create enough space to roll through and try and get another attack off on this. And so far, I mean, can you describe any of this as a deep submission attempt? I wouldn't say so. I don't think that Ashley has had to defend any submissions. She's had to defend the position. But, still so far, Nina the only one getting off any sort of offensiveness. Plenty of time to play, 7 minutes left in this match. I mean, a straight leg lock attempt here, but I mean, it's debatable whether you can consider this a legitimate submission attempt. There's no real control on the legs there, and I wouldn't say that Nina's having to defend against this. So switching back for an outside position, back to the inside here, and I just feel Ashley should try to bring those legs backwards and try and remove, either remove the knee through the line of the leg or try to get to a position where she's able to put some backwards pressure and split the legs of Nina Navid. Try and remove that leg, and because it's very possible that I haven't seen any attempt from Ashley to escape this position. And if she doesn't do so, and we still have this one-way traffic in terms of attempted attacks, even though we're not really sticking with much from Nina, I think that this match could go in her favor.
Definitely. Actually finally managed to unlock these legs, but Nina's just straight on it.
Yeah, certainly the position that, finally Ashley is able to remove that leg enough. And I think she needs to be careful. Straight onto the back from here, and unfortunately most of that transition by the looks of it happened well off the mat. I'm not sure if you can restart them back in that position. But that will be down to the referee to decide. So far, we're almost halfway through the match. Ashley wants that position started there. Personally, I'm not 100% sure about that. I think a lot of that happened off the mat here, and they're restarting. Nina rolling underneath, and this is a much better position for Ashley Bendle. This is where she wants to be. She needs to be careful about Nina grabbing onto that leg. She's attempting to. She's hooked on. Can't see it from this angle, but she's hooked on with one hand controlling the right leg of Ashley. Ashley wants to sprawl those hips backwards and remove that leg. She doesn't want to get caught for another 5 minutes in these leg lock battles. Much better position from here. Don't get sucked into that. And there you go. This is controlling that upper body there. Possibly even able to go to head and arm from this position. Bang, straight into mount.
Yeah, that's what we needed. Nina's got her hand just underneath there, but I don't know. I feel like Ashley could still possibly generate enough pressure at the moment, but this second hand is starting to sneak inside.
I mean, this is really significant here, isn't it? Because,
absolutely.
You know, Nina has certainly won the first half of this match.
Yeah.
Nothing in terms of really deep submission attempts, but just constant threats in those leg entanglements. But, you know, this is a super dominant position, and this is where Ashley likes to be. That pressure, that shoulder in the face. And if she can open up a really legitimate deep submission attempt, I think that she's gonna you know, go up and turn the tables here and go up in the judges' scorecards. She's trying to, I think, manipulate Nina onto her side to open up an opportunity to maybe take a gift wrap and transition to the back here. But Nina doing everything right with the elbows to keep them on the same side that they want to be on. You don't want to bring your arm across your body because then it starts getting tied up. But, I mean, look at the pressure from Ashley on top.
She's looking heavy. And again, I guess, you know, this is also something, a position that's very different in the gi. In the gi, you need to be very careful of the collar chokes.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, Nina, she's got her hands down here. She's framing really well. And, you know, sometimes that isn't always something that you can do when you've got the gi on.
Yeah, and I think that you know, Ashley needs to be really careful here that she's got plenty of time to work. 2.5 minutes left in this match. You know, position super dominant, and she's held it for a couple of minutes now, but nothing in terms of submission attempts here. If she's going to secure this match under this rule set, she's going to have to fire something off at some point. I mean, she's doing everything right, but maybe you're thinking that Nina knows that she might be up on the submission attempts.
Yeah.
And if she just plays defensive from underneath mount, she could take advantage of this rule set.
Yeah, and that is what you're going to see in more experienced fighters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 2 minutes now left of the match.
And this is it's such an interesting situation we find ourselves in with this particular rule set. If you were judging this match as a whole and you weren't prioritizing submission attempts so highly as we do on this rule set, then it would be a different situation. Yeah, Ashley on top, and you know, was never really in any danger. And then you've got to ask, how do you score the leg entanglements early on? Do you actually give any of those? Do you just look at it as a dominant position, or do you look at it as a submission attempt? Because you can make an argument that those, you know, those leg entanglements early on, even though frustrating for Ashley in those first 5 minutes, were never a deep submission attempt that she had to defend.
No.
If you're then stripping the submissions back and you're purely looking at positional domination, well, there's no doubt who's winning this match.
Yeah, for sure.
1 minute left, and I think really if she wants to secure this 100%, no doubt in anyone's mind, I mean, drop off, and it looks like she's going to do it, dropping off for a head and arm here, and in doing so she opens up a movement from Nina, and she takes advantage, sinking a hook in on the back, and if she can get an arm underneath the neck, I think that's going to be plenty in the judge's eyes to take this decision if it goes another 45 seconds.
I mean, Ashley did have an attempt on the head and arm triangle as well, though.
It was earlier on as she transitioned into the mount. I'm not sure if that, I mean, again, was it aggressively defended? You could say a little bit. You know, you've got to be thinking at this point that Ashley is up if you look at the match as a whole. But again, we're not the judges. That's not our decision. 20 seconds left. And if Ashley can secure this back and attack the neck here, she's really going to, I mean, firmly put a...
Can't quite see how well Nina is defending, but
Ashley aggressively attacking the neck here and trying to get the arm under, and personally I think this is going to be enough to secure it. very, very dominant second half. As soon as she was able to get out of that leg entanglement position, it was really all Ashley.
Yeah.
No deep submission attempts, but lots of dominant positions. She was starting to turn on the submission attempts later on. Personally, I think she's done enough, but you know, it's not our decision, it's the judge's decision. Let's have a look at a few of the replays. So we're very much a battle of two halves, literally two halves here. The first 5 minutes was all Nina on the legs. Ashley struggling to release. Once she released and she got to a dominant position, we know that this is what Ashley Bendle does best. And there was absolutely no lets up the entire time.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the winner by referee decision is Ashley Bendle!